Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is June 16th, 2022. I'm a little upset because I thought Stephen Curry was going to score 35 points today, and he only scored 34. I'm a little puzzled. I don't know why he didn't get that extra point. Probably something I missed with that. Because I did a separate prop bet for him to score at least 35 points on Thursday and give the Celtics their 35th losses in Game 6 and win their 149th all-time game against the Celtics on a Thursday, which equals 35 in Gematria. So I'm really surprised he only scored 34 points. But this is the game that we called. I mean, this is a series that we called a few days before the finals even began. We called the Warriors winning. Now, at first, I thought the Warriors were gonna sweep them. I liked the Warriors winning on Game 4 because the Game 4 was 175 days after the Pope Francis's 85th birthday, and you guys should already know because I made a couple of videos already speaking about the number 175. You guys should already know the significance of that number. The Celtics just lost the NBA Finals and became 17-5 in finals because Golden State is 175 in Gematria, just like Pope Francis. And like I said in my other videos, the Eastern Conference Finals, that series against the Heat and Celtics began on 17/5, May 17th. Jason Tatum, the star player for the Celtics, he scored 175 points in that series. But there's a couple of other things that I uncovered that I really want to share with you guys, just to show you guys how all this stuff is rigged, all this stuff is a script. All these players are actors. The Warriors did not win today because they are the better team. They won because it was scripted for them to win. These players are actors. They are fulfilling a script. The players on the Celtics and the players on the Warriors are all on the same team. They work for the NBA. They don't work for, the Boston Celtics or the Warriors. It's not a separate team. It's not the Warriors versus the Celtics. It's the NBA versus us. Versus the gamblers, versus the people who, go to the games and watch them. It's us. It's them versus us. Their job is to fool us and keep us entertained and keep us giving them our money. That's their job. Their job is not to play basketball in a competitive fashion. Their job is to keep us entertained and keep us giving them our hard-earned money. That's the NBA's job. And it's not just the NBA. It's the same thing with football. It's the same thing with hockey. All of these leagues, boxing, golf, it's all rigged. If you can bet on it, it's rigged. Now, how are they doing it? Well, they're using technology to ensure the outcomes. And they also have the referees who are there to make sure everything goes as planned. Whenever the ball doesn't go in, that's why the referees have a whistle, just in case the technology fails. Because, again, technology is something that could fail once in a while. Very rarely does it do in professional sports. These people are, they invest millions of dollars into this equipment, and very rarely do you see a miss. So we're going to talk about all the numbers, and we're going to talk about some additional things. But first, I want to talk about Joe Biden, our current president. When the Super Bowl ended and we saw the last play of that game, Remember what happened during the Super Bowl. It was Joe Burrow who got tackled by Aaron Donald. And we said right after that play that was probably indication that in the upcoming presidential election, Donald Trump was going to probably beat Joe Biden in the upcoming presidential election. I think that was the significance of that last play because they had Aaron Donald, think about Donald Trump. It was Donald versus Joe in the Super Bowl. Last play of the Super Bowl when Aaron Donald got the sack and put the game away for the Rams. Right, so Donald versus Joe. Think about it if Donald Trump runs for president in the upcoming presidential election. If this guy doesn't die in office, like some of us think he will, I think he is. I think, August 10th is a good day for this man to be assassinated in office or die from health reasons. I don't know. I don't want to make that prediction because that's irrelevant, whether he dies or not. I mean, We all know even if he does, it's gonna be by the numbers. I mean, his full name does equal 108. It's possible they take him out on 10-8 on August 10th. But just think about what happened today, for example, right? Today they had the Boston Celtics lose in the championship, and think about what's Joe Biden's Secret Service name, Celtic, right? So the Celtics losing the finals, and then we had Joe Burrow lose the Super Bowl. So maybe this is indication that Joe Biden will not be the president in the upcoming presidential election on Inauguration Day, whenever it is, 2 or 3 years from now. So I just wanted to start the video off with that because I really think that these championship games are telling us a deeper riddle with the president. And so I'll do some more research on this. Hopefully, Zach or somebody will capitalize off this and make it a deeper and do some further investigations because he's way better than I am in putting together the pieces when it comes to politics. That's like his field. So hopefully he'll figure it out. And he did predict that on August 10th he might die. This man right here, Joe Biden. And it's possible because remember that speech that had everything to do with Kamala Harris, it's possible he dies. But I mean, I don't want to make that prediction. I mean, just think about our last Catholic president to be killed in office was JFK, number 35. We know Catholic is 35 and 46. This is number 46. So they could, kill both Catholic presidents. But we'll definitely see. Again, I don't like making predictions because whenever we get something wrong, it takes away from the work. And this is not about making predictions. This is about exposing what's already been presented to us. Like this rigged championship game that just took place today on Tupac Shakur's birthday. Did you guys know that in 2014, Tupac Shakur, well, a lookalike, according to Bleacher Report, a lookalike Tupac Shakur, he was at the Celtics and Warriors game on March 5th, 2014. And just think about what today is. Today is Tupac's 51st birthday. So how perfect for the Warriors to win the championship on Tupac's birthday. After Tupac made an appearance at their game. And if you go back to this game, the Warriors won by like 30 points this game. Just shows you how precise this stuff is. This was in 2014, you guys. This was 8 years ago. And think about it. This was on March 5th on 3/5. Think about today is Thursday. Thursday equals 35. March 5th is the 64th day of the year. Today was a day with 64 numerology. The name Stephen Curry equals 64. He will probably win the MVP. I'm not sure because I'm not watching the post game. I don't know who won the MVP. Somebody will probably tell me. We'll probably look it up at the end. But yeah, Tupac made his appearance at the Warriors game, and this was a big 35-64 ritual, just like our today's game was a big 35 ritual and 64. But we'll get to that towards the end. This is something that I spoke about earlier today in my earlier video, how the Celtics are 79-55 in the finals all time. And what we know about 79-56, well, those are the numbers of the Jesuits, the people scripting the games. Society of Jesus is 56-79, and the Celtics became 79-56 by losing today to the Golden State Warriors in the Game 6 at home. What a way to punk the crowd, huh? This is a post that I posted on my Instagram page the same day that the NBA Finals started on June 2nd, because ABC reminded us that the Boston Celtics were in their 22nd Finals appearance in the year 22. We know basketball is 22, Boston is 22, and the Celtics, they came into this series 17-4 in the finals, and that's why we kept mentioning the number 175, because again, Pope Francis is 175. Pope Francis, the first openly Jesuit Pope, his name, the name Pope Francis is 175. Golden State is also 175. You guys saw how the game started 12-2. A lot of you thought maybe the Boston Celtics was going to run away with this game. That's all ritual. Pope Francis does equal 122, but Golden State equals 122 in gematria. The game started 12-2. In the third quarter, the Boston Celtics went on a 12-2 run, and they cut it to like 9 points, right? 12-2 run, like how they started the game with a 12-2 run. Notice Golden State is 122, and it's also 175, and it's also 58. The last time these two teams played in the finals was in 1964, which was 58 years ago. I really liked Game 4. I thought this was going to be a sweep because Game 4 was 122 days after Klay Thompson's birthday and 175 days after the Pope's birthday, and that was also day of 58 numerology. But what they did was, that game was very significant because that was the game that the series got tied 2-2. And again, that's a big basketball in Boston number, and we are in the year 22. But notice Golden State is 122, 175, and 58, just like Pope Francis. And the reason this matters is because when Pope Francis turned 85 years old, these two teams played each other. And notice in gematria, basketball equals 85 and 22. On his 85th birthday, these two teams played each other. And just think about how today the Warriors became 16-6 in the postseason on June 16th. Tupac's birthday. Like I said in my other video, the number 616, because the date could be written, 16/6 or 6/16. You can write the date either way. 616 is a biblical number. It is known as the number of the beast. And, this code is used to perform satanic rituals because the people in control are very satanic. And if you're watching this video for the first time, you just came across a rigged video because you're upset maybe that your Celtics lost and you think that I'm just a Warriors fan that's promoting the fact that they won. Listen, I don't really care about the Warriors. I don't care about the Celtics. I hope my people made thousands of dollars today because I understand how they're rigging the games. If you are a fan and you're watching this video, you need to stop being a fan and listen carefully. They are rigging the games. They're using this numerical code of letters and numbers to rig the games. You have to stop being a fan. Stop believing in the TV. That's all bullshit. These players are actors. They're stealing your money. They're stealing your energy. And they want you to continue supporting them. Next year, you'll probably be a Boston fan again. And guess what? You're going to be buying more tickets, betting on them to beat the Knicks on the Nets, not knowing that all this stuff is rigged. And not knowing what's really going to happen. Because if you learn the code that they're rigging the games by, you're going to become more successful at sports betting. And that doesn't mean you're going to be 100%. Because even myself, that with the experience that I have doing this, I haven't been able to master this to the point where I'm 100% at solving the games. It is very difficult. But we are going to solve more games than not. Our average is way higher than your average handicapper. So this was one of the things that I let my people know on Instagram. I said, look at that. They're reminding us that the Celtics are 17-4. And look at the question that they asked. Which franchise does this final mean more to? Well, it means more to the Golden State because Golden State is 175. We spoke about this earlier today, how E40, after Game 1, he made the headlines on TMZ saying that, he thinks the Warriors was going to win in 6 games. And they did because these rappers... A lot of you criticize me because I'm always I'm always connecting rappers to the championship game, but it's not me. It's the media doing it. They're always syncing up rappers with the championship game. Think about how the big ritual they did with Nelly during Game 3, right after one of his video vixens passes away at the age of 38. He performs the same song that she was in, Hot in Here, at the halftime show, Nelly. And then we found out how the NBA Finals started on his 213th day of his age. And the NBA Finals is 213. The same thing they did with E40. When E40 was told to say these things, he was interviewed not because TMZ was interested to know what E40 thinks about the finals. Who gives a fuck what E40 thinks about the NBA Finals? E40 probably never has even played basketball. They're doing it because this is a ritual. The guy is 54 years old. His name is E40. E is the 5th letter in the alphabet. E is like 5. So 5-4. Like 54. When you write out Jesuit order, it equals 54. Why did he say 6 games? Well, it's simple. If you measure from his 54th birthday, November 15th, to today's game, it's 213 days. The same ritual they did with Nelly, because the NBA Finals started on his 213th day of his age. The NBA Finals is 213. This is a massive number. This is why in 2020, I thought the Celtics was going to go to the championship, because remember who died 213 days before the finals? Jack Welch, the CEO of General Electric. And at that time, the Celtics had a patch on their jersey promoting General Electric's products, right? They had the GE patch on their jersey. And Jack Welch was the CEO of General Electric, and he died that year, 2020, on March 1st, 213 days before the finals. But maybe what they was trying to tell us was that it was really going to be the Lakers that year to beat the Heat. I still don't know how the Heat fits in that. I really think it was supposed to be the Celtics that year as well, but whatever. I know I didn't know it was the Lakers that year because that was the year that Kobe Bryant died. I mean, the minute Kobe Bryant died, I knew the Lakers was going to win the championship. And guess what? They won it on Father-Daughter Day right after Kobe died with his daughter in a helicopter crash. But again, Jack Welch died 213 days before the finals. And guess what? 2020 was like 2-2. And you know what? The finals that year, almost all the star players for the Celtics, they were syncing them up with the number 22. So I'm like, they really confused me in 2020. Because I think the finals started 22 days after Jason Tatum's birthday, like 22 weeks after Kemba Walker's birthday. It was like 202 days after Gordon Hayward's birthday. And it was like, they were syncing up the coach too with the number 22. And I was like, look, they're going to go to the 22nd finals, become 17-5 because Los Angeles Lakers is 175. So those were the numbers that I was talking about in 2020. And look, 2 years later, those same numbers played, 175 and 22. When you write out Los Angeles Lakers, they also have that 175 connection, just like Paul Francis. But we was wrong in 2020. It was the Heat. But we didn't know it was the Lakers. We knew Lakers was a cakewalk. But I know I gave myself a challenge. I was like, who are the Lakers going to beat? And they ended up playing Pat Riley because Pat Riley was the former head coach of the Lakers, blah, blah, blah. But the point of me bringing all that stuff up is because they called this number 213 year after year after year. When the Raptors clinched the Eastern Conference, they did it 213 days before Drake's birthday. And Drake from Toronto, he reps the 6. The Raptors win the championship in 6 games. This is the same thing every year, you guys. Every year is the same shit. You know, this is what Zachary was talking about when he started doing the work. You know, it's really the same thing. It's the same thing every single year. Every single year. And they use the same numbers time and time again. But yeah, what a mockery. The Celtics are now 79-56. I mean, and today was Steve Kerr's 263rd day of his age, the 56 prime number, right? While he's 56, 263rd day of being 56, gave the Celtics a 56 loss in the finals all time. I mean, this stuff is just repetitive, all the same thing. Tupac makes an appearance at the game back in 2014 on 3-5, and then on a Thursday. And look at all the 35s that played today. You know, 35s and Thursdays are like peanut butter and jelly. The Warriors, they stayed on 35 losses for the season. The Celtics picked up their 35th loss in Game 6s. You know, Tupac made his appearance on 3-5 back in 2014. And there's probably a lot more 35s that I didn't document. But I'm pretty. I don't want to say that I gotta verify that. I think actually they did because they lost 6 games in the postseason. So the Warriors do have 35 losses right now. So they stayed on 35 on Thursday. So perfect. And look, today is Tupac's birthday, June 16th. He would have turned 51. You know, the word conspiracy is 51. And think about whose birthday is tomorrow, Kendrick Lamar. And he's turning 35. This is another 35 ritual. The Warriors win the championship a day before Kendrick Lamar turned 35 years old. And remember what I said earlier in the season, a couple of weeks ago, how every time Kendrick Lamar releases an album, every year that he puts out an album, the Warriors win the championship. What are the odds of that? It happened 4 times, so it's 4 for 4. He put out To Pimp a Butterfly in 2015. The Warriors win the championship. 2017, he put out the album Damn. The Warriors win the championship. 2018, he put out the album Black Panther, the album. The Warriors win the championship. This year, he put out the album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And guess who won the championship? The Warriors. Happened 4 times. So those of you who believe in coincidences, you got to get your head out of your ass. Get your head out of your ass. This happened 4 times. 4 times. To give Curry his 4th ring. And remember, Rap is 35, Catholic, Bengali is 35. There's a lot of other things we could talk about, but I think this is enough. I mean, I have a bunch of notes on my blog if you guys are interested to know everything about the final, because I've been making videos, because I took the series one game at a time, because I didn't want to call whether they was going to win in 6 or 7, because to me, every game made sense to me. Like, it made sense for it to end in 4, 175 days after the Pope's birthday. It made sense Game 5 because of how it lined up with Game 5. Game 5 is when it became, I think the Warriors became 15-6, something like that. Yeah, they became 15-6. But it was something else about Game 5. But it was just, I just didn't think it was going to go this long. I knew Game 7 was going to happen, because this is what you guys have to understand. This is the business, right? It doesn't make any sense from a business standpoint to have the Celtics win at home and then have the whole entire world bet on the Warriors to win at home in the Game 7. That doesn't make sense. Everybody and their mother was going to bet on the Warriors to win Game 7 at home. Everybody was going to bet on the Warriors. You think people was going to bet on the Celtics to win on the road in a Game 7? That's why they had the Celtics lose at home, because they knew most of the bets were on the Celtics to win at home, and they made them a 3.5 point favorite for another 35. It doesn't make sense from a business standpoint to have the Warriors win at home. That's not how this stuff works. These people are very intelligent. They know how to get money out of your pockets without having to put a gun in your face. They know how to rob you without you even noticing it. These people are crooks. But yeah, we can talk about Nelly. Game 3, the video of Vixen, she died. All these people. This is another sick part about all this. If you're new here, there are people who die in connection to these championship games. So it's not just that it's rigged. There are people who are losing their life for these championship games. We see it every year with the Super Bowl. We see it with the World Series. I guarantee you, in the upcoming weeks, you're going to see former Celtic players drop dead, or family members of Celtic players drop dead, or former Warrior players who played in the 70s with the Warriors and Celtics. They're going to start dropping dead like flies now because the championship just ended. Just think about what happened right before the finals. This man died. I want to send a rest in peace to Al Horford's grandfather. Right before the finals, Al Horford announces that his grandfather dies. Al Horford reportedly played in Game 6 following the death of his grandfather. Unbelievable. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, his grandfather dies. And keep in mind, that was Heat Awareness Day. That's why the Heat upsetted the Celtics that day. Heat Awareness Day. Speaking of 175, Al Horford's mother, her name is Arelis Reynoso. She is the daughter of his grandfather. And you see how they called it. When he died, I let people know this is a big 175 ritual, because the headlines, they reminded us, they told us what Al Horford's mother name is, but they didn't really tell us what Al Horford's grandfather name was. I'm like, why are they not telling us? Why are they not telling us his name? He's the one that passed away. No, they told us about, he's the father of Arelis Reynoso. I put her name in the calculator, 175. Just like Pope Francis in Golden State. I'm like, okay, I see what this is. Another 175 ritual. Again, that Eastern Conference Finals, it started on 17/5. I put this all. I let people know all this. All this information is in my blog. Those of you who are new are learning this for the first time, it's probably because you've been hiding under a rock or somewhere. But we've been exposing this stuff for years now, and it's just like, I don't know why this stuff is just not reaching people. People are still tuning in into these games, thinking it's real. It's just none of this stuff is coincidental. On Tupac's birthday, the guy makes an appearance at the Warriors game. Kendrick Lamar puts out an album. The Warriors win the championship. E40 says that they're gonna win in 6. They win in 6. Like, all this stuff is just a coincidence. All this stuff is a coincidence, right? All of it. You know, they play each other on Pope Francis's birthday, and then come to find out the series ends 4-2, 181 days after the Pope's birthday. 181 days after the Pope's birthday. 181 the 42nd prime. The series ends 4-2. But Al Horford's dad, he died on a day with 38 numerology, May 27th. We know what 38 means. Death, murder, killing, R.I.P. Just like how that young girl, that video vixen, she passed away at the age of 38. They use that number all the time. 38. The word death, murder, killing, R.I.P. And, you know, the funny part about all this, the song that she was remembered for starring in, Hot in Here, notice it equals 66. They announced her death on June 6th, on 6/6. And that same day, the Warriors lost to the Celtics and stayed on 66 wins for the season. And then they won 3 games in a row and ended up winning the championship. And notice she died 131 days after her birthday. Championship is 131. She died while the championship was going on. They said she died from a brain tumor, which also has that 138 gematria. And this was the man who announced the news, Director X. This was her manager. And from his birthday, October 31st, to the day he decided to announce the news on June 6th, notice here, on Monday, June 6th, Director X, who worked with Bleasdale on multiple videos, announced the tragic news via Instagram. So he was the one that announced it. Bleasdale is the young girl's name. Her name is Pasha Bleasdale, also known as... Oh, she has another name as well. She was born Pasha de Matas, which equals 216, which is the product of 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. And that was 216 days after Nelly's birthday. He was born November 2nd. 216 days after his birthday, they announced her death, and her name is 216. But it was 218 days after the director's birthday, and the word death is 218. And this was her in that music video. And then Nelly had the nerve to perform Hot in Here at the halftime show of Game 3 to pay tribute to this young model who just recently passed away. All for a rigged basketball game. So Al Horford's dad, gone. This video vixen, gone. And there's been a bunch of other people gone in connection to these games. I haven't been able to document all of it because it's just so many people. So many people. So many people. Let's see. Yeah, so I've made a bunch of videos already about this. Let me see. I guess we'll just do a long live stream and try to cover as much as possible. Look at this. This guy, I'm not sure if he died in connection. He died on May 9th. So it's possible he died in connection to the finals. Adrian Payne. I know he was synced up with that little girl. You should definitely watch this video to see how sick these people are. Both of these people that you see right here, this basketball player who played for the Spartans. Oh, yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, he was probably connected to Draymond Green, who played for the Spartans. And that's what I mean. This guy probably died in connection to Draymond Green, who just finished winning the championship. Him and Draymond Green were teammates at Michigan State. You should definitely watch this video. It's in my channel. I want you guys to notice how sick these people are. So the story is, just real quick, to remind people, this little girl, she was suffering from an illness, and she supposedly became best friends with this basketball player, right? But, you know, the little girl died at the age of 8, and then the basketball player died, you know, this past month, the month before this one, on May 9th, he died at the age of 31. And if you measure, look at this. Look at this. Look how sick these people are. So the little girl, she died on April 8th, 2014. And the basketball player, Adrian Payne, what day did he die? Let's see. Okay, let me just look him up. He died on May 9th, so So he dies on May 9th. The little girl dies on April 8th in 2014, though, right? If you measure from her death to his death, from April 8th, 2014, the day that the little girl died, to May 9th, 2022, the day that the basketball player died, they both died 8 years and 31 days apart from each other. And the little girl died at the age of 8, and he died at the age of 31. You see, so it's more than just the rigging of the games. These people are killing people, and they're killing 8-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 31-year-olds, 81-year-olds. It doesn't matter. As long as you have a soul, they're going to take you out, and they're going to do it ritualistically by the numbers. So this is why people need to wake up and stop believing and worshiping these players, man. This stuff is satanic, evil. There's videos in my channel if you want to watch the rest of it. So shout out to all the people who made money. People are saying great call. Thank you so much. You know, this was a 6-game series. The only game we got wrong was game 4. Game 4 was a little tricky. It was a little tricky because Jason Tatum, he had the opportunity to become 42-30. And we saw that pattern play with Giannis Antetokounmpo earlier in the playoffs when he became 42-30 and scored 42 points and shot 30 field goal attempts. So I said maybe they'll do the same ritual with Jason Tatum because the N-word is 42-30, slavery is 42-30. So I said maybe they do the same thing with Jason Tatum. But I see what they did. Jason Tatum stayed on 41 wins in the postseason. Big Golden State number. Golden State is 41, just like Kobe Bryant. And he picked up his 33rd loss because the name Jason Tatum is 33. He was born on March 3rd. The NBA Finals is 33. Or maybe it's just NBA Finals. I think NBA Finals is 33. So he picked up his 33rd loss in the postseason, in the finals, perfectly. And, you know, the name Kobe is also 33, and Kobe Bryant equals 41. And we know how his son is synced up with Kobe Bryant because Deuce Tatum has the same gematria as Kobe Bryant, and his son was born on December 6th. I got Kobe died on 1/26. You know, this stuff is deep. I mean, I could be here all day. If you're new here, I recommend you watch little by little because it's a lot to learn, and it's gonna confuse you. But all the veterans, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain to you guys. You guys are veterans, but I know for a fact that there's gonna be a lot of new people here. But let me just close it out with this. So on May 7th, this is why I thought it was gonna do the same thing with Jason Tatum. On May 7th, the Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Boston Celtics, and Antetokounmpo became 42-30 in the playoffs, right, for his career. Notice these terms they all equal 42-30. The N-word, slavery, names like Martin, Malcolm X. Speaking of Martin, the Martin Show just made their reunion announcement today on Thursday. 30 years after the show aired in 1992. Think about how the name Martin is 30 and the name Martin is 42. The show takes place in Detroit on the 42nd parallel, and in the show he lives in apartment 42. All this stuff is ritualistic. They love these two numbers, 42 and 30. So when Jason Tatum was 41-30, that kind of confused me because I'm like, are they gonna go with that the 42 and 30 again? But I see what they did. They went with 41-33. But to add on to the mockery of him becoming 42-30, he even scored 42 points this game. And it took him 30 field goals to do it. You see how they shame people? I mean, that number, if you don't know about that number, you know, Jackie Robinson. Just think about Jackie Robinson. First black baseball player, he wore that number. If you look up what is LeBron James' biggest loss of his career, he lost to the Pacers by 42 points. If you're a Russell Westbrook fan, look up how many triple doubles did Russell Westbrook have in a single season. He set the record with 42 triple doubles. They use that number not only in sports, but they use it everywhere. You know, go to my Instagram, Simple Truth Television. You're gonna see how many posts I made of how they use the number 42 to shame black people. I'm trying to look through to see if there's any other rituals. And then another sick thing they do, they like to murder basketball players' fathers. You should check out this video as well if you're new here. I have a video on my channel where I talk about how, you know, the father of of a lot of these players, they end up dying in connection to the finals. You know, Michael Jordan won the NBA championship on Father's Day, and then 33 days later, his father died in a big satanic ritual. And the name Mike was 33. I think Bulls is 33, and so on, right? Nate Thurman. In 2016, LeBron James wins the NBA championship on the real King James birthday, scores 27 points, and then 27 days later, number 42, Nate Thurman dies. And they do this with a lot of players. You know, Mark Leonard, the father of Kawhi Leonard, Charles Antetokounmpo, the father of Giannis. Just think about how they synced up. You know, Kobe Bryant, the father of Gianna Bryant, had the Lakers win on Father-Daughter Day. And you know, that this was a prediction I made early in the year. I thought they was gonna do the same thing with DeMar DeRozan, and they might next year. I think, you know, I don't think DeMar DeRozan's father's death is gonna go unrecognized. I think, you know, sooner or later they will have DeMar DeRozan in the NBA Finals, and it'll be synced up with his father. I just thought it was gonna be this year, but obviously it wasn't. But we're gonna see this come back to us, and you guys are gonna remember that I called this. You know, DeMar DeRozan, we will see him in the NBA Finals soon. I don't want to know. I don't want to make another prediction and be wrong. So, but I don't think his father died for no reason. Because we see the patterns, right? The fathers die, and then the players win the championship. Giannis won the championship. Was it last year? Kawhi won the championship with the Raptors. LeBron with the Cavs. Michael Jordan with the Bulls. So I'm going back to what I said in the beginning. I'm a little surprised that Curry didn't get his 35th win, because, you know, that was a big number in this series. But I guess maybe there was something else with this 34 that I missed, because I actually lost his bet, man, by 1 point. Man. But I'll leave it there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And if you want sports information, I'll leave a link in the comment section. Patreon.com/SimpleTruthTV. That's where I put my sports stuff. I only put championship games on YouTube, but I'm not doing that as often no more. You know, the Stanley Cup Finals, all those decodes are going on Patreon only. So thanks everybody who supports me. Shout out to Rig Sports. You know, me and him, we go back and forth. He gets upset because he feels like I could do much better, but he knows how hard this stuff is. Shout out to Danville Boost as well, another person who's hard on me. Shout out to Topsy, always a big supporter. Shout out to Richard. Shout out to all my people. And congratulations if you guys made some money today. That's why I do this, you know. Put it out for free. So even the freeloaders take advantage of the knowledge. Because the point is to empty out those casinos, because these people are crooks, and it's time we get some of it back. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the 12-2 runs. They started the game 12-2. Late in the third quarter, they had another 12-2 run just to lose and become 17-5. So, I wonder if they're playing California Love right now in Oakland on Tupac's birthday. Tupac had a lot to do with these NBA Finals. Yep. So, you guys want to call in? Yeah, sure. 646-986-0958. I mean, maybe you guys have made some additional observations that I missed. Feel free to call in. Yeah, man, this stuff is rigged. Appreciate that, Topsy. Thank you. Yeah, Topsy, he remembers when I predicted the Warriors. Nobody had the Warriors at that year, man. People were disrespecting me right and left. Like, what the hell? What are you talking about? This is the 73rd NBA season. Curry, 73. Tupac was gay. I don't doubt it. A lot of these celebrities are gay. They got to do these gay rituals. They got to take it up the ass. Take it up the Botox. Jason Tatum scores 13 points. What are you getting paid for? If you're going to perform like that, huh? La da 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 da. Oh, you know what else they did in baseball? They had the Oakland A's, same thing they did in the beginning of the series. They had the Oakland A's beat the Boston Red Sox the same day of the championship, and the Oakland A's picked up their 22nd win of the season, like basketball, like Boston. Oh my gosh! And gave Red Sox their 30th loss. And notice the Red Sox record, 30-34. Just think about how today number 30 scored 34 points. Maybe that was the riddle with that 34. I know Red Sox is 34. Isn't Red Sox 34? Or is it? I know what it is. It's Ortiz. Ortiz is 34. David Ortiz played for the Red Sox. He wore the number 34. His surname is 34. I remember when he got shot into the Dominican Republic 34 weeks after his birthday. And look, notice the score ended 3-4. So yeah, this was a big 34 ritual. Steph Curry scored 34 points. But you see what these players are doing? They're keeping a secret. Shh. It's rigged. But don't tell nobody. Well, you don't have to tell people because that's my job. Oh, boy. Yeah, so Oakland picked up their 22nd. You know, just think about it. Oakland and Boston, same thing they did in basketball. And these same two teams played each other when the series began on June 3rd. On June 2nd. They played each other on June 3rd. So they brought those same two teams back on June 17th. Look at that. Look at that. How rigged and scripted all this stuff is. Yeah, when I say Al Horford's dad, I mean his grandfather. No, not his father. It wasn't his father who died. It was his grandfather. Excuse me. Somebody says I'm an urban legend. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know, they love to delve in gay rituals, you know. Yeah, 41 likes like Golden State. Yeah, I did notice that, Topsy. Aaron Donald and Steph Curry, they did the same finger point. Do you guys know who won the MVP? I'm pretty sure they should give it to Curry. I mean, how are you not going to give it to Curry? Oh, yeah, he got it. He got the MVP. Stephen Curry gets long-awaited NBA Finals MVP after winning fourth Warriors title. So some more numbers, right? Today was 94 days after Stephen Curry's birthday. 94 days. The name Wardell. Shout out to Jay Ross for making this observation. Notice in the most pure cipher, his name is also 266, like the Jesuit model. But today was 94 days after Stephen Curry's birthday. His full name, Wardell Stephen Curry, is 94. Just the Stephen Curry is 64, which is an upside down 94. But today was a day with 64 numerology. Yep. How perfect. Him winning the championship 94 days after his birthday. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then Drake also put a bet in on the Warriors, so he put like $1 million on the Warriors. But which is all a lie. You know, these people cannot bet on games because they know the script. So all that shit is just to get you guys to gamble on sports. Do not buy into it. Do not trust these celebrities. These celebrities are frauds. You guys think Mayweather is putting his money up on the... if these players... If Mayweather can bet on sports, wouldn't he be betting on himself to win the fight or lose the fight? Don't you guys think that these people are lying to you? Mayweather has probably never placed a bet on sports. I think we can say never. Yeah, but look, Drake supposedly bet on the Warriors today, and he also he's gonna release his album, his 7th album, the same time that the Warriors win their 7th championship and become 7-5 in the 75th NBA season. But look, Drake album. He put out where is it? Okay, here it is. So honestly, never mind. Drake announces release date for new album. Out on June 17th. So Yeah, it's right now. So right now it's available. His seventh album. The Warriors just won their seventh championship. And he puts it out on Kendrick Lamar's birthday. And notice how old Drake is right now. 35 years old. Another 35 ritual. Let me see if I can find that bet. Let me see the numbers he bet on Warriors. Let's see if it comes up. Drake bets $1 million on the Warriors. No, he did another bet today. Oh, well, maybe that's the one. Drake wins $1 million bet on Golden State Warriors. The Toronto native has reportedly wagered over $1 billion within the last year. Shit is so much bullshit. But yeah. I don't know if you guys want to call in. The number's pinned in the comment section. Yeah, today is Kendrick Lamar's birthday. Every year he puts out an album, the Warriors win the championship. Coincidentally. Yeah, I heard about that. Quincy Jones had sex with a couple of people. Will Smith. 33 weeks after Drake's birthday. Look at that. 33 weeks. Yeah. But I'll end it there. Shout out to everybody who made some money today. Congratulations. And hopefully you guys support the Patreon. You know, I do a lot of things for free. All I ask is for some support. You know, you could join the Patreon for $1. $2, $3. You know, anything helps. You know, purchase my book. Cause I wanna take this to the next level, you guys. You see what we're doing here. We are exposing these people like nobody has ever done before. Why wouldn't you guys want to make this bigger than what it already is? And at the end of the day, I'm making you guys a lot of money. Today, the Warriors were 4-point underdogs. Hello?
Yo, what's up, Arthur? Are you still live?
Yes, sir. What's going on? This is Richard, right?
Yeah, it's Richard.
What's going on, Richard?
Nah, man, did you see that 33, bro?
It's a couple of 33s. You the one with Drake?
Yeah, the one with Drake.
Yo, my gosh. 33 weeks, huh?
Yeah, 33 weeks. NBA Finals 33, Drake 33. So.
And Jason Tatum picked up his 33rd postseason loss today.
Yep, the man born on March 3rd, 3-3.
The name Jason Tatum.
33. Hey, remember, Jason Tatum was on the bag of Ruffles too. Ruffles equals 33. So, what a joke, man.
It's like people aren't waking up. People are not waking up.
Exactly, bro. Hey, I told you, like, I was trying to explain up here, like, I was trying to explain to somebody, like, this is what's going on. Like, I even showed him the Jeopardy clip, and this guy has the audacity.
How can you watch that clip and deny gematria? How can you? How?
Exactly. I told this nigga that, and this guy said, he's like, "Oh, I think you're reaching it. It's just using too many ciphers." Like, I'm using the English cipher. I'm using the most simple cipher.
And that's the one the show used. So if you're reaching, the show is reaching.
Exactly.
And why would they call it our secret code? They could have just said,
it
is a secret to most people, but you know, they could have titled the category "The Code," or you know, why would they put "Top Secret"? Who is it?
Exactly. Most people don't even know about it, but
it's a top secret to the masses. It is though.
Yeah,
we are definitely a small.
The masses are stupid. They're the same ones going and getting a jab. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in a face diaper and shit.
But how you feel about the Celtics becoming 79-56 in the finals? Like, doesn't that prove that it's the Jesuits?
Yep, Society of Jesus 56-79.
It proves it. It proves that it's them scripting the games.
Yep.
And it also proves how long they've been doing it. Because just think about it, they became 79-56 in the finals. How many years have the Celtics been going to the finals? Way before none of us was even born.
Exactly, man. And that's why I don't even try to explain to anybody anymore how these games are scripted. It's just whatever. They want to believe that it's real. Fine, go ahead. There's no waking up these sheep. So you can try. I mean, I try all the time, but these fuckers, man.
No. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. We just have to keep it within us, our community, and that's it. It's almost impossible. That's why I don't even pound pavement like I used to. I used to go out all the time, but I don't know if you remember when I went to Yankee Stadium.
You know what's fucked up, bro? Is that you try to show people this shit, and they start yelling at you and start getting mad at you. It's like I'm trying
Like you're
to
the
show
enemy.
you
Like
that
you're saying something.
exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing with
But
me.
the politicians and these puppets, like, oh yeah, they're our savior. Okay. Anyway, bro, I just figured I'd call in, man. But that's all I have to say. I don't really have anything much, but
Appreciate it, Rich. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, bro. You have a good one.
You too. Yeah, shout out to Richard, man. Yeah, it's just somebody says easy money. Yeah, I hope you guys make a lot of money, but yeah, I don't get the support back for some reason. It's always the same people supporting me on Patreon, and I do appreciate them. I know everybody that's loyal to me. I know who they are. That's why I go the extra mile for the people on Patreon. But every now and then I like to throw a bone at the freeloaders on YouTube. And maybe that's why you guys get upset because I call you freeloaders. But I mean, that's what you are. I do all this work, and you guys don't. I'm not grateful. I mean, who else is showing you all this? Who else is besides the people in the community? I mean, you think Stephen A. Smith is showing you this? Meanwhile, you guys pay your cable bill every month, supporting First Take, Undisputed. You guys are supporting those networks every time you pay your cable bill. You think Skip Bayless is showing you this synchronicity with Tupac and E40 and Kendrick Lamar? No, man. Yeah, but this is what Rich was talking about. I mean, that's affirmative, and the code was 25, 5, and 19. And what is 25, 5, and 19? That's affirmative. And another thing is, why do you need the numbers? Just say that's affirmative. The answer is yes. Why do you need the number code? Decipher our top secret code. Who's Jeopardy's top secret code? How's it a top secret when you told people in the episode A is 1, 2 is B is 2? The mockery is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want to say it, but is it possible that this is the real Tupac? You guys think? Because I know Tupac's death is very suspicious. So what a way to mock the fans by having a real Tupac there. I mean, because this guy looks too much alike. And we know his death is very suspicious. Mr. 213 himself. The guy who died 213 days after his album came out on February 13th. Ends up being an NBA Finals riddle. But I'll end it there. Enjoy the weekend, everybody.